Guys. All right. Let's see how this goes over here. Hello, Tank. Welcome in. All right. I was going to make this a subscriber only live, so you guys were the only ones that could chat. When I was trying to do that, it was not working out. Okay, so we're still gonna do our best to keep the same vibe and energy that I was hoping for our subscribers, okay? Just gonna take a moment here to do some smudging. So I am gonna encourage people to subscribe on this live if they want to participate in the energy of the group, okay? Because this isn't, you're welcome. This isn't, and so regardless, I kind of feel like this is exactly the way it's meant to be. Thank you. So I'm going to not do things in order, okay, at all. And I'm going to encourage our subscribers here to take a moment. And I am going to actually put the replay up also on YouTube, okay? So everybody can benefit from this. And I'm going to encourage you not just to ground, but to just actually take a few minutes here. Chances are you're busy or you were busy before you got here. So think about something that you want to manifest, okay? Something positive you want to bring into your life. And then when you have that specific thing, we're gonna do some readings and healings here, starting with that, okay? So this isn't even just, I'm not even gonna write your name down, okay? I'm actually gonna write down what you say. And you can subscribe, okay, to participate in this. Usually you get a free reading and healing every time I come on live, but tonight we're doing something different. We're just doing like group subscriber energy, and so the people watching can absolutely benefit from that. And if you put hashtag FYP in the comments here as well, I will also take whatever it is that you're manifesting as well, and we'll add that in, okay? Thank you. So thank you, Stephanie. So Stephanie, what is it that you're adding in? So far we have freedom, we have financial freedom. So you're already seeing a theme here, okay? And you're also going to learn a lot while you're here too. So that hashtag FYP will kind of bring you more into the group energy. And again, you can subscribe as well to participate if you so choose. Manifesting career, money, relationships. Okay. I'm gonna start with that, okay? And then when we go deeper into this, I'm gonna get you to be more specific, okay? So Lisa, you have to put FYP, hashtag FYP if you want to throw in your manifestation, okay? For our readings and healings here. But Stephanie did. Okay, so Steph, thank you. Okay, so Lisa, a better financial situation. I'm gonna literally write exactly what you say so that it is your energy. But as I was sharing, we're going to go deeper into this too, okay? Again, you guys are sharing group energy, so I'm glad that this resonates. Financial abundance. And dream job. Okay. And Stephanie, you FYP'd here. Thank you. So what are you manifesting? You can ask a question when we go deeper in, okay? So if you don't want to put what you're manifesting, when we do another session here, you can participate in that if you so choose. Okay. So is that everybody that's here? Hello. So if you're a subscriber, you can put in what you're manifesting, or you can put hashtag FYP, and then you can throw in what you're manifesting. We're doing some readings, we're learning in here, and we're also going to be doing some healings and clearings. And I call this Theta healing. But we're also going to be doing an energy session in here as well. You put FYO, but there you go, FYP, thanks. Okay. So feel free to throw in there what you're interested in. I'm gonna give everybody a chance to do that, but it's really cool. You can see, AR, what are you manifesting? You can see how we're already getting a group thing going on here. All right, so we're gonna start with that, okay? So freedom, financial freedom, career, money, relationships, a better financial situation, financial abundance, and dream job. Okay. So we'll pull up some cards for this. Okay, love relationship. Okay. So again, group energy, but you know which one you picked, right? I would need to relearn how to be in a partnership. Absolutely, because the longer you're out of a relationship, the harder it is, for sure. Just like the longer you've been out of a job, or the longer you've been just away from anything. Literally, it's about practice, right? So if you're here, okay, and you're a subscriber, so please subscribe if you want to participate in this, or you can put hashtag FYP and you can participate in this current session that we're starting here, okay? 18 years, that's a really long time. Okay, so I'm just gonna let Spirit know exactly what we're manifesting, okay? All of the people that participated in this part of things. I'm not gonna see what messages are coming through here. So interesting, we got 10 of Earth, which is the best financial card you can have. I'm just gonna trust in this process. I'm also hearing career. So there's the third person down, so career, money, relationships. So they're getting me to focus less on love right now, and they're bringing me to money and abundance, career, and then relationships, okay? So money, abundance, career, relationships as a primary focus. So I'm hearing clear out your head right away. Clear out your head, okay? So let's just take a moment here. Take a moment to clear out your head. So whatever it is that you're doing, whatever it is that you're thinking about, just coming into a state of breath. And I'm also feeling like there's someone who has a lot of pain in their heart, someone who has had a lot of trauma. And I think that's where it's important for us not to focus on love right now, because it feels like we'll do that when we get into a little bit of the deeper healing, okay? Because when we work on forgiveness, it's also important to, um, I feel like give yourself a little bit of credit for where you are in your life too. Okay, so it might be forgiving yourself to start off with, so that you can be in a present state. Okay, instead of getting caught up in all these negative emotions. So first and foremost, there's someone in there that needs to really pay attention to that. Okay. So the first card that I'm drawn to here is the Ten of Earth, a very happy family life, financial security, finding magic in the little things in life. So I'm hearing it's important for us to brainstorm a little bit, okay? So it's probably no coincidence I wanted to do a group session here tonight, right? So one thing I'm going to encourage you to do is when it comes to money and abundance, now that you've cleared your head, I'm going to encourage you to think of between 4 and 15 items, okay? And you can just throw them down in the comments, okay? As you think of them. Between 4, so you have to do a minimum of 4, maximum of 15, okay? Anywhere between that. Just write down 4 to 5 items that you would also like to have in your life. And take advantage of this, okay? 4 to 15 items, and I'm going to do this with you guys. Making sure your head is clear when you're doing this. Okay, so I'll start. Okay. So, new car, new home, a pension. I love this because this gives us so much information. Car, home, pension, degree, specifically 500,000 in account. I love the details, I really do. And I put my book complete, my house furnished, my deck complete, my hot tub and pond complete. And so for me, the word complete is obviously coming through here as we're working on money and abundance, right? There's something going on there for sure. Hello, Tito. So we're just putting, since you're a subscriber here, we're just putting in what it is that you would like to manifest right now. So it can be anything, all right? And then we're also, if your head is clear, you're also going to put in 4 to 15 items that you also would like to manifest, okay? And if you FYP, if you're here, okay, then you can also participate in this part of things. Okay? but it is encouraged to subscribe as you get free readings and healings every time you're here. And this is, excuse me, my first time doing more of like a live event like this where we can do um, group, like a group thing, which is fun. So this is actually more what I would typically do in a Zoom group, in a class or something. And then, so with the new car, the new home, a pension, a respected degree, and the 500,000 in my bank account, what I pick up there as well is like you're saying the word new, new, right? You also have the word respected, but to keep this really simple with group energy, I'm also noting the word new because kept using the word complete, you kept using the word new. So we'll see how it all comes together. And then a bookstore downtown or attached to my house. And it's interesting because you're like already like, I'd like this or this, right? A beautiful view. I like that. So for me, I'm getting here, you're kind of like, uh, I'm putting in organization, the word organization, because that's kind of the energy of what I feel that you are bringing in. Okay, so we've got complete, new, organization, like that. I want my spiritual gifts to come online 100%. Okay. Virgo, North Node. Oh, okay. So, when you're saying I want my spiritual gifts to come online 100%, do you mean like you want to have an online business or you want to learn from people that teach online? Love. So if you're hopping on and you're not a subscriber, you can hashtag FYP and we'll add you in. Want to be able to read the Akashic records? Okay, so you want to learn these tools. Okay, perfect. Okay, it sounds like we got what we needed. Okay, so and then we look at the words freedom are also in here too, multiple times. Okay, so I'm gonna throw the word freedom in there. Hello. And we also have the word financial there more than once. And we have relationships there more than once. Okay. So what we're going to do here, based on everybody's manifestations, okay, we're going to also go a little bit deeper here, okay? So this is kind of like part 2. And if you can think about life being limitless, money is no object. So now we've got the whole world in front of us. Like there's nothing stopping you. You can literally have anything that you want, okay? I'm going to encourage you, now that your mind is clear, and then I'm going to read Julie's comment here. I'm going to invite you to visualize this. Get really descriptive, get really specific on where are you, who is with you, what do you look like, how do you feel, how much money do you have, what do you own, what is your style? It's okay if status is in there. And now we're going to also add in there, just to get really specific, what are your relationships like? As well as what is your career like? And it's okay if you need a piece of paper for this too, but it is a visual exercise and really, really tune in, allowing your mind to maintain being clear and continuing to breathe. Just what you're going to do is notice little things that are also what we just did, common in this visualization. Is there a color that seems to be more apparent? Is there more rocks in this visualization? You know, are the people in this situation, are they really like rich? Is, you know, it'll come to you. Okay, so keep this descriptive energy flowing and keep exploring this. And the way we can keep exploring this is you can say something like, please show me more. Please show me what's common in this. Or you can also say, take me to another place or a situation. You can even say, can you make this a little better for me? Because you might even be limiting yourself in your imagination. Because we do that often, we can start to see our limiting beliefs in our visualizations. And really pay attention to those details. What is it that gets you excited? What is it that makes you feel happy? And right now, you don't need to write this down yet. This is you exploring it. And again, if you have a piece of paper, you go right ahead. But I'm encouraging everybody to get into this mindset of using your mind to create. And keep exploring this. And again, if you're getting lost, ask, please show me this more clearly. Please show me these details that I need to see. And we're gonna spend a couple more minutes here. If you're hopping on, welcome. We're just using visualization as a tool to manifest whatever it is that we are desiring. If life were limitless. And so if you're a subscriber, we're encouraging you to use the chat to keep working on this. And if you are put hashtag FYP, then you can also participate in this part here of sharing your visualization. And we're going to be offering more readings and healing here. Hello and welcome in. So now I'm going to encourage you to use the chat to share what that experience was like for you. And I know that on TikTok it will only let us do so much, and then you have to write again. Just do your best to give the details that you feel in your heart is most significant to share for you, not for anybody else, for you, okay? And then I'm gonna read Julie's to everybody. It does feel real, doesn't it? So Julie said, travel, new home, swim spa, partnership. So that was what we were doing. We were putting between 4 and 15 items down, things. So she had swim spa, partnership, sunroom, getaway place, joy, laughter, healthy, fit body. Okay. So I kind of picked up on more things being more natural there for you, right? So all the commonalities here, so kind of similar to my stuff, Julie. All the commonalities here so far that we have from everybody's items, because when I think about an item, I think about a thing, right? Not an emotion, but a thing. And so I was kind of encouraging you guys to think about money in terms of stuff, right? And then we shifted it over to life being limitless and noticing how it changes and how we actually start to shift over to the emotions and the vibrations versus the stuff, you know, and the details of the information that we need to know. So thank you so much for sharing, Julie. And then Caleb said, I am living in New Brunswick in a gorgeous turn of the century home with antique furniture. I'm glad you like this exercise. I like that. I feel like you weren't finished in that conversation. But I love how you're amplifying the energy here, right? Because all of a sudden it's gorgeous and it's unique, right? You're not limited in its beauty or the style or the type, right? So if you're a subscriber, absolutely you can participate in all of this. Okay? So it might be a good time to hop in and join us. All right. So I'm gonna share as I go into this because we've only have one person that shared and okay, no, Julie did here too. It feels exciting, like creating a new masterpiece. Okay. So both of you guys are also feeling like you're creating something, right? But I see a lot of energy attached to that. Like um I just see creative energy from all of this. You're building something that you get to have like rewards from. Kind of the purpose of why we work, right? Oh no, we lost her. Oops. It's that bohemian girl in me. I really see all the new and the rewards. I like that. Okay, perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna do the exercise with you guys too. And so I was already sharing. Mine was like completion of my book, completion of my house being furnished, my new deck being complete, the pond being complete, and my hot tub. And so I'm not. When I think about life being limitless, I see jet skis, I see water, I see friends and parties and islands. I see hula girls. I see travel. I see airplanes. I see sometimes I'm the passenger, sometimes I'm flying the plane. I see lots of birds. I see tennis. I see a lot of people, a lot of new people. and art and also creativity. So when I look at the commonalities in my visualization, just to help you guys understand too, I don't know why, but I think about an airplane and a bird both having wings, so that stands out to me. And I see the parties and the new people. Like it's like the new people feel work related, like work projects, but then the parties feel friend related. So I kind of see the commonalities of just like the people that I'm with are having um like pleasure. So I'm getting wings and pleasure in mine. So just to keep it simple, I have like those two connections. So can you also, if you go back into like your visual, do the same thing? Is there anything that you can kind of connect? And if I want to be specific, I can say the wings are the airplane, and then also birds, and then the pleasure piece are more people with like work and art, and then also like parties of like, I'm gonna say friends, but also like travel people. I did see joy and fun and new fresh experiences. I like that. So maybe more adventure, Julie, would you say? Because the more you're uh, calling this energy in, the more it's going to help you. So just throwing that out there, okay? I want to see if I missed anybody. My apologies if you lost me there. But I'm back. I'm back. If I can't put this underneath YouTube afterwards, um then I can't, right? If I can't for some reason get it onto there, um I definitely can't get it onto Facebook. It would just be because it's like skipping too much or something. So that but regardless, I do my best to get stuff on there as often as I can for replays for people to practice these things, okay? So, if it seems like ignoring you, if you put hashtag FYP and you're not a subscriber, then you can participate in like that portion, okay? And then we'll kind of add that in when we do our healings and clearings, okay? So we're just kind of breaking this into little pieces, just so you know. But if you come in and subscribe, you're more than welcome to join in here. And thank you so much for being here as well. So the other thing I'm going to encourage you to look at here, adventures are the highlight of life, yes. I'm going to encourage you now to think about 4 to 19 things, okay, you feel like are currently, in this present time, either weighing you down, making you feel heavy, making you feel anxious, or even getting in the way of like lifestyle, something like that. Because we are kind of working on items as well right now. Because currently we're just working on money and abundance, right? Which is usually when we think about money, we think about the card that we just pulled up, which is the Ten of Earth, right? Which is our material. So usually things that we can touch and see, right? That we work hard to have. You can see how even through the card, all of a sudden we started bringing up like boats and I feel like yachts and like big stuff, big dreams, houses and things like that. So just play along with this exercise in terms of these 4 to 19 things. What's blocking you? The weight. And feel free to share, okay? And this is a little bit more of our Six of Water card here. Memories from your history or childhood, issues regarding children, romanticizing the past. So, not surprised there's the emotion card because what we were actually doing in our visualization was focusing a little bit more on the emotion that comes through when you think about all of these things happening, right? Being in that place, like you're just like in awe, right? But then we come back to our reality now and think about these emotions and especially with like the stuff in the things. And is there anything that pops out to you? Just like, you know, anything that makes you feel that way. And I'm going to share too. So it's between 4 and 19 things. So 4 at a minimum, okay? And this is a good opportunity to be really honest with yourself because it's more of an intuitive exercise and practice in terms of like what is the first thing that comes. And it's okay if it stirs up emotions. This is supposed to. This is actually how we're going to bring in these good vibrations. So sometimes we have to acknowledge what the things are deep down inside that we really want to bring in. And often we'll say, oh, this isn't realistic. So we won't allow ourselves to really bring in those bigger things. But then also, we don't want to look at the things in our current time that are also making us feel heavy, right? And so, how can we truly bring in what we want to attract if we're not allowing ourselves to do that and actually look into that and feel into that? And also, in the other perspective of where we're really at, because we need to do both, right? So I'll share for myself. I put my dog, my husband, my husband's parents, my clothes, the couch, my candles, my shop stuff, the closet, and I put the house. Um, so, you think about that, that's a lot, right? So, for me, I'm feeling like, and I'm gonna write that down too, it's more like as a theme, what I'm getting here, um, is energy. Right? The heaviness that I'm feeling is it's the energy of the people, it's the energy of the stuff. So I feel the energy of those items and that's kind of making me feel a little heavy, right? And so this is where we get to clear the energy, by the way. We're not just here to talk about it. When we're starting off with our reading and our exercise, we get to navigate it. And then I come in and we're going to actually do the healings and the clearings, which is what will make you feel a lot better. But it's your job to identify with it. So the more you can play with this, the more that you can identify with this and explore it, just navigate, the better it'll be. Hello, welcome in. So what we're doing for our subscribers in here is we're doing some readings, healings, exercises in a group energy. So feel free to come in and subscribe and join us that way. And also if you put hashtag FYP as we're breaking down little components of this exercise, you can put your portion of things in that you're experiencing, and then we'll add that into our healing and clearing when we get to that portion, okay? Whichever way you choose. This is my first time doing something like this, so it's just like a little event for my subscribers, just so you know. But if you want to sit back in the background, that's absolutely fine. So, is there any subscriber here that wants to share? Thank you, Tito. So, Tito, Was there anything that came up for you that's making you feel heavy? The encouragement is to put 4 things down. So again, first things that you think. Milani. Okay. So Milani, what would you say are like at least 4 things that are making you items or like stuff that's making you feel heavy in your life right now? Milani. Thank you. And the replay will also be up if we can put it up underneath YouTube because I was skipping a bit. I put my debts, car troubles, tight budget. Okay. It's interesting. There's like the letter T is popping up because you've got Tito, debts, troubles, tight. So I feel restriction. I feel restriction for you, okay? So that's what I'm putting down. So for me, I put energy. For you, I'm putting the word restriction, okay? So when you think about the word restriction, it's just like, ugh. And you know how we were just doing this exercise about how, what do you want to manifest? And then it's like, money in abundance. But we're limiting ourselves as well when we're manifesting, right? So I can't help but feel like, Tito, you are definitely restricting yourself in terms of, what you want to attract. Because if you're feeling these heavy things, of course you're going to do that with your manifestation, right? So again, I'm going to be working on clearing this energy. First, my finances 6,100 miles from me in army, see him every 4 months. Okay. Okay. I almost get like, for you, Milani, too much energy, too much going on. It's almost like it's just a lot, you know? And so I'm not going to use the word overwhelm, but it's almost like an overstimulation, right? Because there's only so much we can do. There's, I'm even having a hard time speaking. Um, there's only so much time. There's only so much money. There's only so much of this. There's only so much of that. Things don't bother us as we will start build our own stuff. Okay. But it's almost like there's, it's almost like I'm getting like overstimulation. So regardless, this is a group energy. So I'm going to put that down, overstimulation. So far we have here energy, restriction, overstimulation. These are all the things that we're going to be clearing and releasing that are blocking us from bringing in those manifestations that we talked about at the beginning, which is freedom, financial freedom, career, money, relationships, a better financial situation, financial abundance, dream job, love, and relationship. Okay? So if you are a subscriber, you can participate in these exercises and share, and that's what we're using for our readings and healings tonight. If you put hashtag FYP, then you can participate in that part of wherever we're at here right now. Okay, so that little piece can get added in to the group readings and healings. Okay, but I do encourage you to subscribe. It's definitely worth it. This is our first subscriber event. And I'm looking to do more of these things as well for people. Okay, but you always get a reading and healing every time you come in. Okay, so Katrina. Hello, Katrina. So we're doing some exercises here. So what, Katrina, is there something you're manifesting right now? And if so, what is it? Okay, we'll add that in. And then also, is there something that's weighing you down and making you feel heavy? And the goal here is for you to just be able to visualize this manifestation as well as if life were limitless. And just really feel into that and see if there's a little bit of a theme for you when you do that. And then again, when you're looking at what's heavy, just quickly letting us know the first couple things that you think of, if there's any like items that pop out to you in your life right now. And if you scroll up, you can kind of see some of the things I was already sharing about positive and negative, okay? Not manifesting anything currently, and the past has been weighing me down. Okay, so if life were limitless, what would you what would you be doing tomorrow? So you had all the money in the world, your health is amazing, you can have anything you want. Okay. So I'm glad you used traveling. Traveling was in there for me too. So I'm gonna say relationship and travel. So relationship is already on our list from the beginning, but now travel is added bit in there, which I'm very happy about. Okay. So perfect. Hello, Star Child, welcome in. So if you put hashtag FYP, you can participate in this portion if you would like to. Otherwise, you can come in and subscribe. So we also have the page of water here. Okay, intuitive. A new person enters your life. A relationship begins a new phase. Heightened psychic abilities. So there was someone also in our group energy here talking about wanting to learn the Akashic records, wanting to learn more skills and tools, right? And then there's also someone talking about improving their relationship, someone else wanting to potentially bring love into their life, that sort of thing. I was also sharing that I'm bringing in more like people when I'm traveling, and also like people for work projects, things like that. Thank you, Star Child. So feel free to share, Star Child, what are you feeling heavy about? Because we're going to do some clearings and healings around this. What are you feeling heavy about right now? Is there some type of like item or thing? And you can share at least four. What are the first things that come up for you? Okay? Because that was what the part that we were just finishing up on and identifying. And then we also have Leo energy here. Confident, warm, intelligent, and graceful. Okay, stretch your wings and fly. So what's interesting is wings came up in my visualization, and I actually wrote it down and talked about it here. And then one of the cards says, stretch your wings and fly. There was an airplane in mine, which is interesting. We were just talking about travel. Don't underestimate yourself. We were also talking about how we can limit ourselves in our manifestations. And then assert your independence and creativity, which is interesting because creativity we establish is a big part of most people's energy here, right? I like that. So as we ground into this, okay, we've established everybody's things that they're bringing in and also what is blocking them, what's making them feel heavy. And it's okay if this doesn't completely make sense to you, because when we go to remove the energy, whatever it is that you established here is what's going to be removed, okay? And all you have to do is say yes to this energy. Hello. I'm also getting a lot of tension in the back of my neck here. I don't know if there's someone that gets like head tension or something like that. Or someone who might have like some control issues. It could even be like health issues, that sort of thing. Okay, Tito saying yes. Okay, I'm definitely picking up on that. Um, so let's do some Reiki energy here, okay? Because if we don't establish all of this energy, by talking about it, by writing it down, by sharing it in the comments, then spirit won't know exactly what we're bringing in, right? And if we don't visualize it, we're not really bringing it in that way either. So now that we've done that and we've talked through it, when I go to clear and release the energy, it'll already be known. It's like, yep, pull that, Yeah, bring that in. And then, of course, you're also going to get additional information. So if this does relate to you, then you're going to put a little purple heart beside it. Okay, so just say yes to the downloads that I'm doing. Also, if you want to receive the Reiki healing energy, also you can just open up your energy by giving me permission to do that. And so we're going to start off with that so we can all feel more grounded, because it's important to feel grounded when we're doing healing and when we're learning as well, because it can, that in itself can be overwhelming and overstimulating as well. So this will just help with the energy, just remove some of that heaviness and blocks that you're more aware of that you have. And then also we replace that energy with positive energy, which is great because we need that when we're bringing in new things, people, places, and stuff, right? We want to feel open to receiving all that. But also, you're going to put a purple heart in if you feel like when I do the downloads that there's that you like that you're relating to the layer, the next layer, okay, or the message. And so that way I can, if I have any questions or want to ask you anything, and you can ask me any questions here as well if you're a subscriber, okay? Um but that way I can kind of help you navigate that too, okay? Because we're doing group healing energy, but there will still be times where it's more directed towards someone, but that's still going to redirect the group energy, okay? So the first portion of this was just establishing that, right? There's a lot of work to this. My lips bleeding. Ah. So we're just getting everybody grounded here. Thank you. Nitten's giving me a question mark. I'm not sure what the question was, but if you're a subscriber, then we're tuning into um your questions, your manifestations, the things that are blocking you here that we've been working on. And then if you hashtag FYP, whatever kind of section we're on in that moment, you can participate, okay? Or you can ask a question. So once I'm feeling like the energy is a little bit lighter here, we're going to offer our Theta healing. Remember how I said at the beginning to make sure that our minds are clear when we're doing our manifestation work? Otherwise, kind of like, don't bother. Breathe and get in that space first. Eh. Now I'm kind of feeling more waterfalls, more emotions are being released. So people are a little bit more into that Zen space of being ready to heal. And if you're just randomly watching here, I'm doing 65% off of my readings and healings this week for 1 hour, no matter whatever way you want to receive that, which is awesome. It's only $35 Canadian to do. Okay, so when we use theta healing as a tool, if you're new to this, essentially as the practitioner, all I'm doing is I'm going into theta, which is more of that um, brainwave of relaxation, and usually I'll do a little meditation to get everybody in that state. And then when I get to that seventh plane, right, which is where we do our healings, I ask to have these manifestations for everybody to come forward with your permission. So this is where you agree, and also to release anything and everything, that came up for you, essentially, that you also agree to releasing. And then we let that go on all levels, which is a past life level. Even if you don't believe in that, we ask for that to be released. So anything you came into the world with that's not serving you, these are your fears and your limiting beliefs, your unconscious limiting beliefs. So often you're not aware of that. And sometimes that is genetic. So it could be a limiting belief that your grandparent had. And as we pull that energy, that's something that you no longer have to carry. And so that when the next layer comes in, this might make more sense to you. Okay. Um, and that's what we do. And sometimes we have to talk through some of these things to understand where the fears are coming from. Otherwise the energy will be pulled, but you can still repeat the same process, right? So the goal is you become aware of what the problem is, and then you change it. Plus the energy is going to shift. And this is also great because we can also shift ourselves as well. So when we work on anything like illness and disease, this is also fabulous because we're also telling our energetic body that we're done with the trauma and the frozen energy in our body. So often we'll have heart chakra walls, soul fragments. There's all kinds of different things that happen to us that are falling apart within ourselves, right? If we've had surgery, things like that. Again, if we have sickness and illness in our body. So this is really great when energy starts to move to help us be healthier, right? So we have tons of different reasons for wanting to do theta healing and wanting to manifest. It's not just about, like we were talking about, money and abundance. But we did start to tap a little bit more into career and relationships when we were doing our visualization. But we didn't really touch on love because I felt like there was too much trauma and pain in the heart to work on it at the time. So this is where we will bring that focus in now. Okay? Because now I feel like you'll feel safer with the healing to be able to work on that, because there are times where when we work on trauma and stuff like that, if we're not feeling safe, then it's not going to benefit us, right? So sometimes people really struggle with safety, and again, they don't realize it. So we can muscle test as well. Okay, so you can say, is my name Robin? So you can put your arm out, is my name Robin, which is my name. Solid. Is my name Veronica? No. It pushes down, okay? So we can lean forward for a yes, back for a no if we stand up and root our energy. Is my name Robin? Is my name Robin? Is my name Veronica? No. But we can play mind tricks with ourselves, right? So there's another one where you pull and it'll be tight or it'll be loose. But you just have your fingers like not tight, 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 but as if you had a little bill in your hand, right? So is my name Robin? Yes. Is my name Veronica? No. That one kind of slid. So these are just little ways to establish our yeses and nos. Some people will also use a pendulum. And I also have this thing here, whatever the heck this thing's called. And that also establishes my yeses and nos too. So is my name Robin? Is my name Veronica? So I know that the up and down is my yes. Okay. And I also will sometimes muscle test for people when I feel like they're saying something to me, but I know, like, unconsciously there's something different going on. Okay. So if you want to subscribe, okay, you can participate in this. I'm doing this live event, group healing, reading, energy tools for the people that are subscribed. If you want to hashtag FYP just to be supportive, you can also participate now once you do that in whatever it is that I'm working on at the time. Okay. So if you do that, you can add right now something you want to manifest or something that you want to let go of. One or the other, and we'll add that into our clearings. Okay? Bada bing, bada boo. Perfect. So I'm going to close my eyes here. And we're also in this energy healing as well. So just by being here, you will also get that energy flowing through, which is great. And if you don't know what Reiki healing energy is, that's something you can learn through my membership group, or you can read about it. And I also offer that in my sessions too. I combine all of the things that I do in my sessions. So as we close our eyes here, I'm going to invite you to pay a little bit more attention to your feet and your toes, and also your back. And maybe closing your eyes here just for a moment if you can. And just doing a little visualization again, like we did earlier. Only this time we're just going to do more relaxation. And so you don't need to worry about creating anything in your mind. But if you're struggling a little bit with negativity, just pay a little bit more attention to drawing all the energy in from the roots of your feet. So you can see crystals below your feet. And then you can see the energy as you breathe in being drawn up from the earth. Reminding yourself that we get our breath from the earth, right? From plants, trees. Maybe you need some essential oil, something like that. And on your exhale, you can exhale, bringing all the energy out of your arms. And another way we can really open up is putting your palms up. So that's another invitation to opening up your energy to more love, to more trust, to more faith. And kind of getting out of that time and money, because we started off talking about money and abundance, but we know deep down money is energy, and all we're wanting to do is feel more, what we're hearing, free, right? To feel more happy, to feel more loved, to feel more creative, to feel more excited, to feel more adventurous, to feel more alive, to feel more safe, right? So as you feel like you can come into this state of relaxation, as we come into this state, would it be okay if we grounded you? And if so, just say yes. To always have to say yes to this Theta Healing download. And now I'm going to ask for that for all the people that say yes to this. And please continue to like and tap the screen if you are here and benefiting from this for free, especially, okay? Good. Would you like to know what it is and what it feels like to not have judgment in your life? And I'm not going to keep saying say yes, because you know to say yes, okay? So right away, I'm feeling like there's someone in here who not only has a tendency to judge, but they also really, really struggle with negativity. Because love is positive, judgment is negative, right? So it makes sense if we're working on judgment that if you struggle with that, that you really struggle with a lot of negativity. So, okay, so somebody's saying that they do. Okay, but you're not a subscriber. That's too bad. So, if you want to put hashtag FYP and this relates to you and you want to participate in this part, feel free to do that. Is there anybody else who feels like they have a lot of negativity? Okay, thank you, Lilith. Like, what is it, I feel like, what is it that causes you to feel negative, or why do you feel like you go into that judgment so heavily towards others? Okay. And it's okay. That's why I was saying do the muscle testing. So, does Lilith have a lot of negativity? Does Lilith have a shit ton of negativity? Does Lilith have a little bit of negativity? A little bit of negativity, okay. So isn't that nice to establish that it could be that you are hard on yourself, right? Okay. We're so a lot. Okay. So being hard on yourself makes you negative, and then when you do that, then it kind of makes you more like kind of makes you think negatively, if that makes sense. Being hard on myself equals being negative, right? And then that's kind of what I'm feeling when I'm out in the world or dealing with people or whatever it is, right? So don't worry, we're going to clear this energy for you, okay? And what about you, Lisa? Where do you feel that yours stems from? This is the fun part, guys. Sometimes we have to identify with all the things first, and then we get to clear it and heal it. And that's why this is my favorite, probably my favorite thing to do is clear the energy and do the layer work, because my background's in psychology. I love people, and I find that this is really fascinating when you start to dig into like all the readings and stuff that can come from the energetics, right? So Tina's saying hers is past trauma. Let's see if that's true. And again, you can muscle test for yourself and see if that's true as well. Is there anything else that comes up for you, Tito, but being hard on yourself, negativity or judgment? Because I'm getting that there's more to that. That's why the thing is like, yeah, but there's more there. So self-worth mainly. Okay. And so feel free to share, Lisa. Um, what is it like you don't feel worthy of feeling? This is called theta healing, yes. And we're also doing some Reiki healing energy in this space too. And if I can put the replay under YouTube, you'll be able to get it from the top to the bottom, which is also great. Please subscribe if you guys are gonna watch anything, because it is important for me to grow my channel too, please. So yeah, Lisa, what is it that makes you feel like, is it not feeling worthy of happiness, or do you know? Thank you, Dara, for the follow. Is it self-worth related to happiness? Yeah, I'm getting a yes for that. Okay, perfect. Just wanted to, I know I can figure it out, but I like to get you to figure it out because this is your life and I want to make sure that these words align with you when we do our healings and clearings, okay? And so Tito, also, yes, we're gonna clear the energy of past trauma, but I again would really encourage you to know a little bit more of like what else, okay? And if I don't see that, that's absolutely fine. So, would you like to know that it's safe for you to be an optimist? Again, you just have to say yes. Okay. And right away, I'm getting that there is fear. Like, there's still a little bit of fear there. So, would, okay, why would, why would there be fear of being happy? So Lilith is saying, um, fear of getting hurt. So this is supposed to be for subscribers, but I said if you want to do a hashtag FYP, you can participate in the portion that we're in the moment doing, okay? But it is appreciated if you come in and subscribe. Um, it allows you to kind of be a part of things in the community. Okay? So if you want to put hashtag FYP, you can ask your question for sure. Okay, so it's all good. So would you like to know that it's safe for you to be optimistic without the fears that you're saying you still have? Okay? Again, just saying yes to that. We're also going to clear that on a history level. And so when we clear something on a history level, so right now we're doing theta healing, so pregnancy is not going to work for you. You can absolutely book in through my link in my link tree. I'm doing 65% off this week, okay? And I also have things that I can send over to your email to answer those questions for you, okay? So when we clear things on a history level, that means like on a societal level. For instance, you're welcome. So we might have been told to keep it real, keep yourself in check, right? Don't be too woo woo. Don't be too happy because shit's gonna go sideways real quick. So you better keep yourself in check. And so it's good to keep that little bit of negativity around saying, oh, don't get too excited over here because it's all going to be taken away from you. Or you're losing that weight, but you're probably going to get fat again after you lose all the weight. And we were seeing someone saying like fear of getting hurt too, right? So it just kind of keeps our heart chakra safe in the sense of like I'll keep my guard up. I'll stay protected and nobody can hurt me that way. But you're hurting yourself, right? So we will do that sometimes too. We'll keep people at a distance, right? You stay over here. And so I would almost call this social anxiety too, when when we're like scared to meet new people, scared to go on dates, we're, scared to um even fall in love, right? So it could also be the fear of other people, like what they think and their judgments too of us, um, because we feel insecure, right? And that's completely normal. So would you like to clear, cancel, and delete any stuck or frozen energy in and around your heart that's no longer serving you? And would you like to know that it's safe, nothing bad will happen to you? To open up your heart chakra? And would you like to know what it is and what it feels like to have happiness and joy back in your heart space so that you can be the person that you're meant to be? And would you like to know what it is and what it feels like to step into your power and your leadership so you can own that beautiful soul that you are and also start speaking up about what you want so you can have these things that you were manifesting earlier on in this video. Okay? Okay. So I almost feel like there might be someone here who their fear runs so deep that like they can't allow themselves to be hurt again. Okay? So this is where you can put a purple hello girly. This is where you can put a purple heart. Okay, if you're so Tito is a subscriber, she just paid through e-transfer, just so you guys know. So that's an option too. You can also pay through PayPal or I also had it underneath my booking link. That might be gone now because of the date that I did it on. But anyway, you can also pay that way if you want to be a part of things. Yeah, so you can pay through PayPal, okay? If you want to, and then we'll give that to you for 30 days. Okay? Just so you know, so there's other ways. I just want to share Tito's participating, and it looks like she's not subscribed, but she is. Okay? So yeah, I'm definitely getting I'm getting that. Anyway, I'm getting that there's somebody who it just runs so deep, you know? Um, so you can put a purple heart if you feel like your fear runs so deep that you just feel like it gives you anxiety. Okay. So, and this will benefit everybody else too, okay? Um, and I have a couple buttons underneath my store too. So if you want to subscribe paying that way, like maybe you don't want to use PayPal, but you want to pay through my store, there's like the TikTok stuff. You can pay like whatever it is in your dollars, so it adds up to be what the subscription is. Okay, just throwing that out there. So, Tito, what is it? What is it? And it's okay if you don't want to share. But do you feel like there's something like that? Is there a specific fear that makes you shake or makes you anxious that completely holds you back from being this positive version of you? Can you identify with that? And like you don't have to share the details because that could be re-triggering, but you can at least identify, I feel, um with this. I know you can. You've got this. Another thing that I do is I go into the Akashic records too. I'm kind of feeling like I need to do that for our group. And we're also working on energy here, so let's kind of clear some more of this. So would you like to clear, cancel, and delete any stuck, frozen pain slash anxiety that's still lingering in and around your energy that's no longer serving you that you're ready to release? And would you like to know what it is and what it feels like to have harmony and balance back into your energy field so you can continue to manifest these beautiful dreams that you were already saying that you want to attract and manifest in your visualization? And if so, say yes. Still a little bit of judgment in there though. Okay, so just addiction from the past and then, yeah, stuff that comes with it, for sure. Okay, thank you so much for being brave and sharing. I actually work with a lot of people with that exact issue. So you're probably bringing up group energy for a lot of people too, abandonment. Great, I'm glad you can identify with those words. So, like when we do our Theta healing training to help people, like that's a big word that pretty much I think everybody shares. There's a lot of words like that. Resentment will come up a lot, guilt, shame, all kinds of different things, right? Okay. So, would you like to know that it's safe, nothing bad will happen to you to release that? And would you like to also know that it's safe for you to release the things that you already said in here that were weighing you down, those items that you listed? And let's let that go on a past life level as well and on a history level. And would you like to know what it is and what it feels like to have balance back into your body, your physical body, so that you can align more spiritually with your new path that you're attracting, that you said that you want? And would you like to know what it is and what it feels like to receive these beautiful things that you want to attract without feeling the weight of the world. And again, just saying yes to this, guys. Okay. So I'm still getting that there is like 35% judgment still in there. And I know it's not just Tito. So who else is in here that is still struggling with judgment? I definitely am. I'm sharing this energy with you guys. So I'm going to go into the Akashic Records here. Okay. So maybe it's me. Maybe it's Tito and I. Pull up a couple cards here. My head is just feeling like a little bit overstimulated and overwhelmed, right? We already used those words as well. I'm hearing to reduce stress. Reduce stress. That might be the cause. When we're going into the Akashic Records, I just get the information, which is great. So it really has nothing to do with Theta healing. When I usually go into the records, then I find out what's going on, and then I clear the energy. But today I'm just doing more clearing the energy and then getting a little bit of help for us as we transition out of here with some more motivation, right? So I'm hearing dealing with the stress will help. Stretch your wings and fly. Don't underestimate yourself. Assert your independence and creativity. So now that we cleared some of that energy, okay, yes, there's a little bit of judgment. Note taken, right? Still a little stress, overwhelm, overstimulation. But now that we've worked on some of those things, now that we've talked about some of those things, hello, John, welcome in. Is there something now, as we have that card, that you'd like to bring in that can help you specifically with stress? I'm feeling more fire energy here. What is it that you could do that has a little bit of fire attached to it? And so fire is intuition. We had someone in here saying that they want to learn how to do the Akashic Records, right? There's somebody who wants to attract the swim spa, right? I was seeing jet skis. I'm manifesting my hot tub. So fire can also be optimism, right? So what is it that you can do moving forward that can help you bring in these things that we're talking about? Is there one thing you can say that you have learned here or you've gotten help with? Hopefully. Okay, so balance comes up. We were just doing, when I finish up here, when I integrate all of the energy, that's when you're going to feel that it starts flowing. So if you're not feeling that way yet, yes, we're clearing energy. But you'll feel the benefits of the Theta healing once we integrate it. So that's kind of like when we allow all of it to be gone and then come in. So by you agreeing to integrate, then it'll start to shift. But I still want to identify with this new thing that we're bringing in. Now that we've already identified with what we're manifesting, what's making us feel heavy, all the additional healings and clearings, is there anything you want to bring in? So I guess I will use myself as an example where we have the three of air, right? Speaking your truth, absolutely. For me, if I want to not feel stressed, not feel overwhelmed, not feel overstimulated, my things were related to energy, feeling so much, right? This says take time to heal, the need to forgive yourself or others. Forgiveness was coming up at the very beginning, right? And I said that we weren't going to work on that heart until we came in to do the Theta healing downloads. I think for me, anyway, me doing my readings, me talking about my story, I'm writing my book starting Thursday that I've already written, rewriting, new version of me. I feel like I'm going to be doing a lot of self-expression and a lot of conversation through that book, so not just talking, doing more, it feels like education and things like this, but definitely the writing portion of things for myself anyway. So for me, it's going to be speaking. I almost feel like more public speaking, more talks. I'm doing my podcast January 22nd, talking about grief. So it's interesting because this is great sadness. My friend died over the holidays of an addiction issue that I used to party with in high school. She hosted all the parties. She wasn't a very close friend, but when it's a small area, it's your close friends are close friends with that person and that sort of thing. It affects everybody differently, right? Community wise. So that was a doozy. And then my friend's husband also dying of cancer, and also I felt like I wasn't uh told to the extent of his sickness. Had a little blowout with a friend um after after I found out that he died. Again, just lack of communication and things like that. So that's created a lot of change. And so because she's grieving, I'm grieving, right? We're all grieving. So but the podcast is about grief actually. So I thought it's a perfect topic, and the person that I'm discussing this with also has been going through, I feel like, a lot of loss and has been through a lot of relationship stuff. So it'll be really interesting. So that's going to be streamed onto my Facebook. We're going to do it through Zoom and then on Facebook. Okay, so if you're not underneath my Facebook, you want to join us there, you absolutely can. And then, of course, I'll be sharing out the replay underneath YouTube as well, so you can catch it at a later time if you can't catch it live. But for me, that's what I'm getting anyway with my card is I'm also getting for other people, if you can't identify with yourself, um, trust issues. Definitely trust issues. Um, so yeah. So for me, I feel like my creative projects, um, and those deaths have led to me finally just being like, yep, I'm gonna start up my mediumship actually January 22nd as well. So now my sessions are $200 and I'm doing mediumship and my psychic readings together. And if it weren't for the death um of Tim back back earlier, so many months ago, um I don't think I would have the balls, the lady balls to step into that. So if you're feeling like you also have um fears and anxiety, join the club, right? Because often these fears and these anxiety are actually, it's there to help you, right? It is, because we're meant to overcome these obstacles. We're not supposed to live in the fear. We're not supposed to live in the sadness, but it's actually when we experience fear, anxiety, sadness, and all of those negative emotions, that can actually really allow us to have a breakthrough and be like, I'm not staying here in this energy. Or thank you for allowing me to feel this, and thank you for teaching me. When we have sickness or when we have addictions or when we have disorders and diseases, thank you for, you know, showing me what I need to change, right? And so I'm, going through these emotions with you guys, okay? And so I also decided, with my friend's addiction, problems, I kind of just also made a choice, as more my 2024, and I'd love to hear what is your 2024 as well, or what are some of these breakthroughs that are coming through for you? Yes, I know Tito completely agrees because she lost someone really, really special to her as well, and I'm even struggling with someone who's not nearly as close. But again, in the podcast we'll be talking a little bit more about this, about how grief affects different people for different reasons, and there's so many different factors, right? Um so yeah, I don't know. With my January, when this person died, I decided I'm not going to carry all this shit around with me, right? I'm not going to carry this shit around with me because often the reason why I feel we end up with some addiction issues or some trust issues, which is what we're talking about, throat chakra blocks, heart chakra walls, things like that. Just because we're not talking about these stressors, we're not releasing these things that we're feeling. Maybe we're not writing things down and telling our stories and talking about it. So, if anybody wants to be on my podcast, after this Monday, I'll do another one, and we can talk about your story if you want to, and maybe that will be a big step for you, right? Hello, welcome in, guys. So we're just kind of finishing up some of our healings. Um, so yeah, as we shift out of this, I will invite anybody that is here, okay? You do not need to be a subscriber anymore, to participate in the conversation here, okay? So we won't limit it just to our subscribers anymore. I just wanted to make sure that you guys got, I feel like what you needed here with your manifestations and with your weight and whatever it was, that you were experiencing. And, thank you so much again for coming in. Okay, I really, really appreciate it. This was my first subscriber event, and so I'm just gonna, as you guys know, navigate things as I see fit. Um, Definitely having a community I'm realizing is important for me as I'm growing. Because I'm getting to know some of you guys, and that is, to me, is more important than having 100 subscribers. Because I just kind of started doing this stuff, and I had like almost 60 people really fast. And now we're down to 24, and I wouldn't change that for the world because I am finding I'm getting to have these experiences with you guys. Okay. So it is numbing after a while. Yeah, so that's kind of what I was sharing, the suppressing, right? And so that's when we start doing some weird shit. I'm being a little silly here. I know almost 40 people that passed in the last 3 years. That's crazy. Yes. And I'm also the one that hears everybody's stories on top of it. So sometimes when you're a healer as well, you hear more negative, right? So then you need to raise your spirits more and be around more positive people and people who know how to self-express, and make sure you have all your mentors in place and your support systems and things like that, right? Because our healers and our psychics and our mediums and our therapists and our counselors and our holistic people are getting really freaking burnt out because right now we're going through a time where we need more of us, right, to help other people. So yeah. All right. So, that being said, hello, Luli, welcome in. So would you like to clear, cancel, and delete any energy that you already shared that's no longer serving you, including any judgment that's still lingering in there, any sadness that's still lingering in there, any weight that's still lingering in there? Would you like to know what it is and what it feels like to have this new friend we call ourself? And would you like to know what it is and what it feels like to be in a state of blessed on a daily basis so that you can remind yourself that life is good, it's safe to be alive, and that we can embrace who we are in the now, even if you're having a bad day or even if it is hard for you to do? And would you like to know who you are without all of this crap that you were talking about tonight? And so just say yes. We're gonna say that or something better in divine timing so we can allow all of this energy now with your permission to be integrated in, trusting that you got exactly what you needed here in this space. I promise you, you did, even if you were an outsider coming in. So we're still in the Akashic Records, guys, for some readings, okay? And also we're still in that Reiki healing energy. So if you're just hopping on, you want to receive that, just opening up to that energy. The replay, there might have been a skip, so I'm going to do my best to get it onto YouTube for everybody to watch, especially if you missed it or you weren't able to participate or you're coming in and out. Especially if you're new here, I think you'll benefit from it because you get to explore your own visualizations. In my membership group, we also have a lot of things just like this, but it's so fun to do something like this on TikTok Live. So I would really encourage people to come in and be a subscriber so that we can do more things like that, like we did tonight, okay? So doing that integration now for everyone says yes to that. And I am going to get out of the Reiki energy now. We're just going to reground everybody. So we came into this space clearing energy, doing a guided meditation. We did some visualization. So we're also going to allow you guys to just kind of take a moment here just to appreciate and value yourself. Is there something you want to share in the comments that you like about yourself now that we've done all of that work? Is there some type of aha moment, an epiphany, anything that you got from that? Some type of realization? And again, what is it that you like about you? Is there something you love about you? And I'll use myself as an example. I like that I care about people. I like that I care about people. Not because there are other people in the world that don't care about people. There are lots of other people that care about people, but I just appreciate whatever path I chose to come into here in this life. It was obviously something to do with caring about people. And so I'm really grateful that, I have that about myself because it's something that makes me feel really good. It's something that changes my mindset on a daily basis. And if we can remind ourselves of that one thing for the rest of the night, it might help you sleep tonight. It might fill your cup up, right? I like that I don't give up, Lily says. Absolutely. You've been with me, it feels like from the start when I first started doing this stuff. You were probably, I feel like, one of the first people to come into my membership group from TikTok. Like, you've been nothing but working on yourself here. And I know that it's been a struggle for you. I know you've been making lots of changes. But I love that about you too, Lily. And so, yes, you have this, like, also have this heart of gold, right? And so it's okay to be kind and strong, right? Absolutely. And so I think sometimes when we're kind and strong, we can magnetize other people that are kind and strong towards us. So instead of feeling like we're going to attract the opposite, just reminding ourselves that we wouldn't be attracting the people that we were attracting into our life if we weren't also had some of that within ourselves. So keeping that in mind for positive and negative reasons, right? If you feel like there are people that have more than you and you get like jealous sometimes that they have this and you don't. Well, if you're surrounded by that person, right? You're around that person for a reason. So there's obviously something energetically that brought you into their energy, right? So get around people who are role models, who are mentors, who are inspiring, and get into their energy field and become a part of it. TikTok is great for that, right? We'll keep doing the work. I want to be better for myself and others. Okay, awesome. So guys, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pause this video, okay? I'm going to see for like 2 minutes just so I can get some water. And then I'm going to do some free readings for people, okay? So I would love it if you could share this out, if you can FYP this. I like that there's more to learn. Absolutely. There's always more to learn. But what is it about you, Julie, that you like? Because sometimes that's hard for us to do. Thank you, girlie. I appreciate it. So I'm just gonna pause this video, guys, and then we're gonna come back. We're gonna do some free readings. I woke up this morning in a good mood. I decided that my new business name is gonna be called Robin Horseman Psychic Medium. Okay, so you guys will also be seeing that changing. I'm gonna be changing my branding. So big, beautiful changes. So I'm stepping into that light myself. So I'm really feeling good about it, and I want more people to, yeah, just be a part of the good vibe. So I'll be back in a couple minutes and we'll see you then. Thank you. All right, we're back. I'm gonna grab my crystal ball. All right. So we haven't done any readings for anybody specifically tonight because we're just doing group readings and healing. So if you want, what I'm going to do is, if you want to do a deeper reading, okay, you can pay $20. And so if you go to my bio in there, if you want me to actually, go in, do some clearings, get a deeper reading. Otherwise, we'll just kind of do some quick messages for people in here to make sure that we can get any insight that anybody is still feeling like they're lingering with, okay? Hello, welcome in. I'm not doing a list either. I'm just picking people randomly. If you can ask anything, I'm just wide open here for you guys. So, whoever's interested, okay, perfect. Love it. So I have 3 cards here. So what I'll do is, I'm gonna read these 3 cards for our community, okay? And, if you connect with these cards, then just put a white heart down because I'm probably tuning into you for a reason, so we can just prioritize you to start with, okay? So we have the 3 of Air card, okay? We were already talking about this earlier, just about grief, sadness, needing to work on the throat and the heart chakra, okay? So this is saying that you might be looking at the truth right now, and that's not easy for you to do, but you're working on being a little bit more proud of yourself for doing the healing work. All right, because doing healing work is not easy to do, as we know, right? It's much easier to put our blinders on and not want to see the truth. Sometimes I'll have people asking questions: is my husband cheating on me, or is there a third party, and all this stuff? Good for you to want to know that instead of just living in your little bubble. But at the same time, we don't really want to hyper focus on that either. So it's just what I'm getting here is you are the type where you want to know the truth, and then you want to do something about it. You don't really let the energy fester. Okay, so just a white heart if that connects to you at all. Queen of Water, this is someone who's very psychic, very emotional as well. And then this is also a person who has something going on that they're celebrating right now. I definitely relate to this. My husband's birthday is tomorrow, but I also got a shot of pain in the back of my head. So if you're watching this and you also have head tension, you get tension headaches. You could also be an overthinker, but which is interesting is you have really good things going on right now, but for some reason you're still doing a lot of deep thinking. So again, a white heart if any of this relates to you. All right, pulling up another card. Three of water, a celebration. Um, a celebration, wedding, graduation, or birth announcement, the need to have more fun. Okay, so I always associate that card as somebody celebrating something, but it's interesting. I was saying, I feel like you do, but you're not really in the vibe. But then the card's saying the need to have more fun, so that definitely makes sense. So Katerina, we're gonna pick you, okay, to do a free reading on because you're saying that connects to you. So you have a couple options, okay? You can do past, present, or future. So I already set the intention that we're in the Akashic Records for the people in here, okay? So we're getting all the healing messages the way we need to get them. So you can do past, present, or future, or you can ask a specific question or two, whichever you choose, okay? And if you want to do a deeper reading, you can go into my bio, click the link, and you'll see a $20 reading. That's the one you can choose, okay? So whichever you want to do, okay? Katerina, past. Okay. So wide open past. So I'm feeling heaviness in my breathing, okay? So definitely more heart, but then I'm also going towards throat chakra as well. So shocker, you have the three of water, so it definitely was connecting to you. So I get first of all, I get a spirit with you. So I would say you definitely had someone that died, feels female to me. And what I'm getting for that is just that it was like very, very, very hard on you. Do you relate to who this person is? And I kind of get that it might be something that in the past you didn't really even want to talk about, or you didn't want other people to talk about, just kind of like little maybe shut down, or just maybe it would bring up emotions for you. Katerina, let me know if this relates to you. Again, card's still coming up. Definitely, yeah. I get she was a female. Kind of feeling like there's heaviness in my chest around it. So I keep shuffling the cards, and I don't recall any female. No. Okay. So never had a female die. Never. Okay, I'm gonna let that one sit with you because I feel like you have. You've obviously had a male. So maybe not in this life then. Like it could have been if you had a grandparent that died before you were born, I guess then that would be the spirit. And maybe I'm feeling into like your mother's energy of her being sad and not wanting to talk about it. Any of that relate to you? Also, having we have Scorpio energy here, that does tell me that you are quite psychic as well. So you have these that was funny because that came up in our community reading, and that's coming up for you now. So do you identify with having these gifts? I shuffle the cards, it keeps coming back. Oh yes, okay, grandma, yes, and great grandma. Okay, hello. Okay, so grandma died before you were born. Not great grandma. Are you saying grandma died before you were born? Just getting clarity on this, it is helpful. No, they have passed all after I was born. Okay. So you're saying they didn't die before you were born. They died after you were born. Just to clarify, and that's why you're saying LOL? Yes, ma'am. Okay. All right. That makes me feel better, okay? Because I'm still learning, so I'm like, okay, this feels like a grandmother. And then when it comes to like, was that your or was that your mother's mother? Sorry. Because I feel there's a grandfather with a grandmother, dad's side. Okay. So both of your grandmothers were on your father's side. And this is going to help me learn and navigate too. Yes. Okay. Interesting. Because right away I was just getting grandmother. And it just felt female to me. So I wasn't identifying with whose parent it was, just that. So this is very helpful for me. And then I felt that there was a grandfather with that grandmother. So that must mean that your grandfather also died. I'm just checking in here. I'm also realizing that it's hard to do mediumship this way. But that's okay. I don't choose normal. So I think you're saying grandfather also died. I think you said no, my great grandpa died. Okay. All right, this is all making more sense because I was also then feeling great grandmother energy and I was also feeling grandpa. So grandpa on both sides are alive. Okay. But great grandpa is dead with grandma. Okay. Regardless, we got the grandma right away. So she's there with you. And grand the grandpa, so I guess that's just clarification as well that you've got grandma and then you also have great grandma and grandpa's with that great grandma. But for some reason the closer people to you is grandma and then great grandpa. His energy is quite strong coming through for you as well. So for some reason, I feel like that's significant to acknowledge that they're there kind of more on the regular. But I think because um, maybe I don't know if self-expression is hard for you or not. Is it? Is self-expression hard for you sometimes? And I kind of get that. That's kind of what Grandma wanted me to let you know. That it's important that communication, that you're learning more about communication. Um, because if you work on communication, you're gonna feel a lot less heavy. And I just feel like you'll also be less reactive if you work on that because communication is so, so, so important. It's not about what everybody else thinks, it's about how you feel. And for some reason, that's what grandma's message is for you, is to keep working on that because she's proud of you, but she also wants to see you glow more, be happier, shine more. And so we have to learn to communicate to shine, right? And to be happy, we have to be able to communicate too, because otherwise our light will be dim. And I think maybe you suppress sometimes because of um almost like other people's energies. I don't know if they're overwhelming to you or they are overpowering over you. Do you have a shy side too? I wasn't expecting all this. Do you have a shy side too? Thank you guys. Katarina, you there? Yes. Okay. So I think you're saying yes to a little bit of a shy side. So I'm gonna say don't undervalue yourself right now. That's grandma's message. Great grandpa also I feel like suffered a little bit from some illness and disease of suppressing. That's why they show me these two people as important people to come through for you, I feel. Because I feel like he did that in his past, right? Way back in the day, so you might get that characteristic or quality from your grandfather of like someone who maybe didn't want to piss people off or cause any problems for anybody, that sort of thing. I don't know if you know anything about him, but I get that he was just not a person to like want to piss people off, which is a good thing because some people can be really big jerks, right? But I think as a result of that, he kind of dealt with things in his own ways, but that manifested into needing to like control things sometimes and just not being like his lightest self. Okay. So definitely his path was different than your path, but if you have that tendency to want to have such great self-control that you don't just blurt things out, it's okay to say what's on your mind and not worry about what other people think, okay? So that's your message. You've got life experience, right? Talking about your grandparents and how that connects to your life. You do have this psychic way about you. So you definitely you know how to like read energy. It feels, and sometimes I think that can be in itself overpowering too, because when you're feeling all these emotions as a person who reads energy, it can easily become a thing where you know how somebody's going to react, and then we can be scared of how they're going to react because we know how they're going to react. So don't let them control you either and steal your thunder and your power away, okay? So definitely start celebrating you more. And then also you've got the Two of Pentacles card. Too much going on at once, so need to make a decision. Consider a more playful approach. So you have two cards telling you to have more fun. Okay. And then you also have contentment, peace, and abundance, which is interesting because tonight all we've been doing is working on abundance and feeling better. A happy home life, the successful completion of a project. Okay. So those are really great cards to have. So maybe just nestling in with those messages and allowing yourself to feel good about yourself too. Because you might have that tendency to play small. Okay? And we don't want to see you ending up in a place where, yeah, like you're not focusing on you first and what's important in your life. Okay? So thank you so much for your free reading and letting me practice a little mediumship on you too, because that was really fun. Because it's funny, because like right away you're like, oh no, and no female, and I'm like, this is definitely grandma. So, and the way I knew it was grandma is because I felt grandpa, and I'm thinking usually when there's a husband and wife not alive, often they're older. So, but I'm gonna write that down because I'm starting a signs and symbols journal. And it was like right side grandma. And she was almost like a little bit further away from me. So I'm noting that too, because maybe grandmothers hang out a little over here. Maybe a mother would be here and a grandfather or a grandmother would be over here. So I really have to make sure I'm also taking these notes as I practice. You're so very welcome. I'm going to do that as soon as I get off of here. I was thinking about my grandma a lot today too. Okay, I'm really glad. That's very helpful for me to know that because it came up for a reason, right? Like you psychically are feeling that, and then I'm also psychically picking up on that. Hello. So we'll do the exact same thing again, guys, and thank you for tapping and liking the screen. It's really helpful. I've been on here for a long time and I don't have very many likes and taps. I'm very grateful for the ones I have, but it's also a long time of people, I would say, not tapping. Feel free to share this live out as well because I am doing free readings and people tend to like that. You can also hashtag FYP just to be a nice, kind, supportive person. That doesn't give you extra attention. It just means that you're a nice, helpful person. Okay? So we're going to read a couple cards here, and if they relate to you, you're going to give me an orange heart if you don't mind. Thank you, Damien. Appreciate it. Okay, we've got the Lover's card here. Okay, so we just completed an entire event just for subscribers. Okay, so that's why I now opened it up for anybody to get free readings. Okay, and that was at 7:15 p.m. All right, so I just want to let you know so you can go back and watch the replay for that. So the Lover's card, intimate relationships, carefully weigh your decisions, good help. All right. And then we also have some throat chakra blocks coming up for some people, oddly enough. Um, that's okay. I do my best to put my schedule in the whatchamacallit? In my profile. But please make sure you're also on my email list. So if you want to always get like updates and things like that, please also, yes, bio, thank you. Please also make sure you're underneath my Instagram, that you check my profile, that you're underneath my Facebook, because I have a business page, I have a profile, which is where my podcast is going to be. I have, and you can also inbox me if you want to on my profile and just say like that you're from TikTok or something too, because sometimes we get weird people on there. We get weird people on here too, but it's just also nice to give me a little shout. I have a private membership on Facebook. When I say membership, I mean like a private group, okay? It's free. You just have to ask to be a member. And that's also really nice because I can say at everyone, and then you guys get like, hey, I'm going to be online today at whatever time. I'll go on sometimes and do lives talking about things that I'm going to be doing. My YouTube channel, also please subscribe to that as well. I posted about being here. I also posted on my profile that I was going to be here, and so like definitely throw it all over Facebook and stuff like that. So definitely make sure that you're a part of that because I realize that too. Not all of my subscribers, aren't all underneath my other stuff too. So I'll be working on all of that so my people in my community will know what's going on, okay? But regardless, that will be updated in my profile here on TikTok so that other people that are just looking to get some side readings also have that, okay? So thank you very much. All right. So, King of Ear. So we were just talking about throat chakra blocks as well. So if you relate to this, just put an orange heart. That'll help me prioritize who I should do my free reading for. If you want to get your own deeper reading, you can pay $20. That's also in my bio. And when I see that pop up, I'll focus on you. Okay. So the King of Ear talks about someone who is very outgoing, very understanding. But you might have someone around you who's a little manipulative. They might like secretly lie to you or say things behind your back, or they're trying to get something out of you, that sort of thing too. So if any of this connects to you, again, orange heart, and is saying orange heart. We also have the number 6 coming in here saying that you have a hard time making decisions as well when you're not really in a calm state. So just be mindful of that. Again, maybe there are just messages in that for you guys. So Anne, sounds like you're the only one connecting to that. So we're going to do your free reading now. If you want to pick past, present, or future, you can do that. Or if you have a question or two, just let me know. Okay? Thank you very much for sharing the live. Will I get a promotion this week? Need some career advice, so that sounds future related to me. Will N get a promotion this week? What does he need to know about career if N is a man? I'm calling him a he. Okay. So it's so funny, when I love how the same cards come up when you gave me the orange heart that it connected to you, and then the first card that pops up is the lover's card, and that's when I'm a girl. Okay, she. Okay, great. Yeah, it's funny that card came up. So intimate relationships, carefully weigh your decisions, good health. So definitely, like, it makes sense. You need to be calm to kind of sort through this. So, you're in the right place. All right. You have Queen of Fire. So this says you can do a lot of things well. So I'm not getting this energy for this week, okay? But this says you definitely have the skills and you're very worthy and deserving of that, okay? There's nothing that you're lacking skill-wise. Definitely important to acknowledge because we don't want this to affect your self-esteem because you're already doing so much, right? And you're doing the right things. So then we've got the King of Ear, right? We already saw that card. Speak your mind with confidence, right? So throat chakra. Sometimes when we need/want a promotion, we do need to, not just communicate with the universe, manifest, which is what we've been doing here tonight in this live event, at the beginning, but we also need to tell the person, that we were expecting to get that money from, our needs and our desires and our goals and our plans and all that too, okay? So seek out professional advice, balance mental and emotional considerations, okay? Definitely, for some reason, that calm energy is really important. You're not meant to be, like, really upset or angry about this, I feel. It's, like, the more you respond positively to negative things, the more you are desired and the more you are appreciated, I feel, okay? So continue to maintain positive energy. And then you have 8 of Fire. Events moving at a fast pace, delays are over, many things happening at once. I'm kind of actually feeling that if you feel like you're not getting the money that you deserve, then you should actually go somewhere where you can get paid what you feel you're worth or deserve, okay? That's actually, I feel like that's a really strong energy for you, okay? So sometimes we're feeling that for a reason, you know? So if we're waiting and we're not getting, there's permission to leave too, okay? Because that's how we can get ahead. And also sometimes we need to threaten that, because then if they do value you, they might have to pay you more if they want you to stay. See what I'm saying? So they also might need to know that you're willing to leave otherwise. And I don't like to see those things, but you did have, when we were tuning into you before you got this reading, like, manipulation energy. And so could this potentially be when you're at work, they are taking a little advantage of you, right? Maybe they can make you think these things are going to happen, and maybe they're messing with you, testing that out a little bit. So I'm not saying that you're not appreciated, but I don't know, if there's also a reason why you're thinking that and you're feeling that, and if that's not the case, what's up with that? You get what I'm saying? So something to consider. Manager is exactly like that. Okay, so I'm really glad that this is connecting with you, okay? We spent a little bit more time on our last one because I'm practicing a little mediumship, and grandma just happened to pop in. And I'm also hearing surrender to you, okay? And as we transition out of your energy, surrender. Whatever that looks like and feels like for you, okay? Maybe it's an affirmation. I am surrendering. I'm sure it'll connect somehow, okay? You want to look up the definition of that, you can do that, okay? All right, let's do a couple more readings here. Thank you for the taps and the likes and the shares and the FYPs. my sale is $35 for a 1-hour reading right now, so you can get that sent to your email messenger. It can be sent over in a video. You can work with me over Zoom, and then I changed my prices. They're $200 for a mediumship and psychic reading. We do literally everything I have training in that time frame. Only it's not 1 hour now. It's actually I'm saying between 65 and 85 minutes. Okay, so that actually gives us more time to work through things. And there's lots of sales and specials and deals underneath my store too. Okay, do you also do personal one-on-one, and how much are they? That's so funny that you're saying that, because I didn't read that, and I was just mentioning that. So this week I would definitely book in if you're interested in that, just because it's only 35 Canadian. Okay, so you can go to my bio and book in for a time. You'll also get the Zoom link for that, but just make sure, if you don't want it to be over Zoom, just put in what you want me to work on, any questions that you have, and then let me know also how you want to be contacted. Do you want me to email that to you? Do you want me to send you a video? Also, we can do it over the phone, however you choose. It's just that if I'm going to be sending you over a video, it just won't be as long, because we're not talking back and forth, so there's less need for it to be that long. Okay, so just trust in that process as well. Hello, welcome in. Okay, so I'm done shuffling. Currently I'm a shuffler. Okay, sorry if I lost you guys. So we have life experience here, so please put a yellow heart. And guys, make sure you're following, because if you're not following me, it is hard to find people again. I'm going to do my best to put the replay underneath YouTube as well, so you can get all the healings and the clearings and the readings from earlier as well. So life experience. Thank you, Danielle. So life experience, okay? I'm getting thrown off here because I'm reading somebody's booking. Put in a yellow heart in the comments if this connects to you, and then we'll go into a reading for you. Okay, completely free. It says a powerful revelation that leads to change, time to spread your wings. So we saw this card a lot. Oh, Jesus. Startle much? That happened to me last night on my reading. My husband woke up out of bed and he scared the living crap right out of me. So this is actually going to be the last free reading I do, okay? So Archangel Samuel, it says that you are starting to work more on fitness and gratitude. So something tells me that before, things used to be a little complicated for you and you were more hesitant, and now you're starting to feel a lot more clear, a little bit more organized, and even a little bit more of a people person too. You have King of Air coming through here as well. You're also working on boundaries and just being a little bit nicer to people in the public. Again, if any of these resonate, they don't all have to. Events moving at a fast pace. Delays are over. Many things happening at once. This says that sometimes you do have a little burnout. The candle's burning out on both ends. You might struggle also with some self-love. And also you might be struggling with a little bit of boundary work too. Maybe it's hard for you to communicate what's bothering you, and then you kind of expect other people to know, but you know that they're not going to know, but you still don't really want to do it. And that lowers your vibration too. Okay, so girly, are you relating to this? Let me know. Girly, is this you? Okay, perfect. So would you like to go into past, present, or future? Or do you have a question or two? This is my last one, guys. And please keep tapping the screen. It's really helpful. I've been on here for like ever, and we don't have many likes and taps. So your theme here, okay, you have future, you have motivational, idealistic, focus, 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 not surprise, communicate with vision and be a leader, advice from someone creative, okay? So I do see you getting more healing in the future. I see you needing a little bit more support from other people, because I feel like maybe you struggle with receiving a little bit, or maybe you're not asking for that help, but definitely voice, hey, like you should definitely come in and get a reading first of all for $35 for 1 hour. Do a one-on-one healing session. Like it's amazing. You'll be paying $200 the next week. So I think that's a no-brainer. Yeah, you've got the Eight of Fire here, really talking about you finally taking more action on the things that you need to do. And it's not like you have to do these things, but you just kind of know you want to do them anyway. So that's good. King of Air is saying that sometimes you get tired of being tired and you get tired of the shit and that sort of thing, and that's when it gets complicated. So I feel like it's okay to want to get insight from other people to help you navigate this, right? I go to people for help. I help people, but I still need to go to other people for help. So I kind of feel like you're doing that already a little bit, but it's just like you just need a bit more insight, okay? And then I think you're going to be like, "Oh, I feel so much better. I should do this more often." Right? Um, the Empress card, lavish abundance. So that was what we were working on tonight. So I really, really hope that you can catch the replay from this, but trust if you didn't, maybe that's for a reason as well. Nurture yourself and others. So this is really still talking about your ambition as well. You are quite ambitious and you do offer and bring a lot to the table in your relationships and in your friendships as well. So I feel like just open up your mind a little bit more. Sometimes I think that you can get into your own little ways of thinking. You could use a healing treatment as well. So perhaps if you're coming in for your session, we can do more like a healing treatment like I would in someone in person. So you can feel that better energetically as well. You do have big dreams as well, so we can definitely work on that too because you're quite sensitive, so I feel like you're aware of your endless potential. And I think sometimes that's why you feel a little like pulled back at times because you might get disappointed because you've got really big dreams. So maybe I could help you set some goals as well. So I would do more of an energy treatment and some goal setting for you. Okay, you could definitely benefit from being in my membership group at least at a pro level because I think some of the healings and clearings and support in there would give you more guidance too. Okay, so yes, that's future. Um, it's a little more just like action, a little more action oriented, right? And just maybe helping you navigate and understand where some of those little blocks are. But you're already doing, like I said, a great job. But sometimes when we get a reading, we want to know what we can improve on too. So it's not to be hard on you or anything like that. It's just to show you, like, that you don't need to protect your energy, right? You don't need to worry. You don't need to fear. They're just like little things that you can move through that'll make you feel lighter so you have less fear. Okay, makes sense? So let's do another just kind of conclusion because we were on here for, I don't know, like a really long time, maybe 2 hours. So we've got Queen of Air. Okay, that's the teacher within you. So there are some people in here who do have teacher qualities, which is beautiful. Oh, I just saw a crazy white light, bright white light over in the corner here. I don't have a window. There's no reflection. That was really cool. So I think that there's someone definitely here who needs to step into that freedom as we were talking about tonight. Okay. You know what your gift is. Now you just have to do it. Do a little more soul searching too. You know what your stuff is, but soul searching's coming through for you for sure. Again, this is group energy. Yeah, in my membership group, also, I teach the Akashic Records. I certify people. You don't need to get certified to learn, okay? And then also, if you get certified, you can become a teacher. So you can become a Reiki master and you can also teach Akashic Records. So maybe that's also telling me I need to teach an Akashic Records class because I'm completely done teaching Reiki, but maybe I should also teach an Akashic Records because I'm hearing more people interested in it. So I could definitely teach a class. So feel free to let me know if that interests you. The Empress card, this is the goddess girl. This is someone who really, really breathes in love and compassion. Okay? Okay, perfect, Julie. I'll set that up with you, and I think it was K-Love that was interested. I feel like I have a couple more people that have been wanting to do it. So I will, once I know that I have one person for sure, then I'll book it. So again, based on that person's time, they pay me. And then anybody else that wants to come in, we're guaranteed that one person will record it for our membership group. So we already have two different programs for the Akashic Records training in the Pro VIP. So it's 33 a month to join us. And it's up to you how long you want to spend learning in there. But yes, once like you're all good to go, you pay me for that, that'll be guaranteed for you. And then that way we know that timeline works for you. Because sometimes I have a hard time navigating different people's schedules. And then I'll set a time for someone that didn't pay yet, yada yada. So we'll get your schedule straightened out, payment, and then I will advertise that for people. Okay? You'll love it. And you'll do really well because it's just developing more of your intuitive gifts. It's a really peaceful space. So it'll help you with stress, and it'll help you with your relationships. It'll help you with health. It's helped me so much with my health. It's helped me so much in my business as well. So it's not just readings and healings, it's so many different things, okay? And it's also nice to feel empowered to be able to do things on our own. And it's also what got me into my spiritual healing products, because I started tuning into the Akashic records of the herbs and the essential oils and more of my natural products and stuff like that too. So I do a lot of healing with objects, which is quite cool, and getting knowledge and information from them. So I'll feel into them instead of having to research. I can kind of feel what the benefits are and that sort of thing, and how it's going to help people, which is awesome sauce. All right, guys, that was a really long reading and healing, probably my longest one. So I'll do my best to get that up on the replay. Again, Julie, you and I can connect, and anybody else that's interested in learning the Akashic records, please reach out to me. Let me know, and we will set something up for you. I'll talk to you later. Take care. Bye for now. Oh, it absolutely could be, girly. It was such a powerful light. It's never happened to me before, not in that way. So, must have been. All right, we'll talk to you guys soon, and thanks so much for the bookings. Bye for now.